Beginning of the story, we see a girl named Jennifer by the sea. Everyone lovingly calls her Jen. Jen was on a boat with her friends and their boat got caught in a storm and sank in the sea. That's how she drifted to this shore and she has no idea where she is at the moment. Then she sees that one of her companions is on the shore. She pulls him out of the water. He is badly injured. Seeing his wounds, Jen goes into the jungle to get water for him. There she finds a coconut, but the coconut cannot be cut open to get water because she doesn't have a knife. So she tries to break it with a stone, and when she returns to her companion, she sees that he has died, which completely breaks her down, and by now she understands that this island is completely deserted. Besides her, there is no one else on this island. Once again, she goes into the jungle where she sees a bag hanging on a tree. She calls out loudly, but she realizes that there is no one here besides the bag. There are some other things that are similar in which she also finds medicine. And when she looks at the date, it's from the year 1994. She realizes that many years ago, someone must have come here who perhaps never returned. Now she starts searching the jungle even more. She begins to search. There she sees a fallen tree that is very strong. It might have fallen here many years ago and is completely hollow inside. Now it's night and she spends the whole night under the leaves. Because it's raining at night, the next morning, she sees that there are reports of 3 people on the island. After this, she buries her companion there and some fish are seen by the seashore. They have deep claw marks on their bodies. She doesn't pay attention to this as she is hungry. So she catches the fish and eats them. Jane is completely sure that a rescue helicopter will definitely come looking or a ship will pass by, and after signaling them, she will leave from here. Even after waiting the whole day, no one comes around, and at night, Jane sleeps in one place. The next morning when she wakes up, she sees that the body of her friend, which she had buried, is missing. Seeing this, Jen is completely terrified. She realizes that there is some dangerous animal on this island, and now to face that animal, she sharpens a stick at the end so that at night, if it comes near her, she can attack it with the wooden weapon. As night falls, she waits for the animal because she has no other option. The whole night passes, but the animal doesn't come. The next morning, she wakes up and sees something floating in the sea. Jen swims towards it, which turns out to be a suitcase. And as she is bringing the suitcase back, she notices a large hole at the bottom of the sea. But Jen doesn't pay much attention to it. When she opens the suitcase, there are shoes, clothes and some pictures inside. She puts on the clothes and shoes. Now as night falls, she sits by the fire. Her heart is filled with fear that the animal might attack her. And then she hears the sound of a helicopter. She runs outside and fires a flare, but Jane's luck isn't good. The helicopter pilot doesn't see the light and flies away. In the flare's light, she sees a huge shadow in the ocean. She realizes it's the same creature that took her friend's body away and now it will kill her too. She runs into the jungle and quietly sits in one spot. The master passes by her several times, but she remains completely silent. So the master doesn't notice her and returns to the water. Jane understands that the master doesn't live in the jungle but in the water. Until now, it seemed like there was a dangerous animal in the jungle that was a threat to her life. Then she looks at the photo she found in the suitcase, which reveals it was a family that came to the island. In one photo, she sees eyes behind a child and those eyes belong to the master. Now Jane decides that at any cost, she will leave the island today. If she stays here until nightfall, the monster will come again and this time it will finish her off. She puts the life jacket inside the suitcase and goes into the water so that the suitcase will float and she can escape from here. But when she goes into the water, the suitcase opens. Because of this, she can't float and unwillingly has to return to the island. Before nightfall, she goes inside the same strong hollow tree because she knows that the monster will come again at night and search the entire jungle for her. Thinking about this, she falls asleep. In the middle of the night, she hears a noise and realizes that the monster is nearby. Actually, the monster has figured out that she is hiding inside the tree. It attacks the tree several times, but the tree is very strong, so it can't completely break it and goes back to the sea. The next morning, when she comes out, she sees that the monster has caused a lot of damage to the tree. By now, she has realized that the monster only comes at night and never during the day from the water. It doesn't come out, and now Jane gets an idea. She catches a very big fish from the sea and hangs it on a tree, so that when the master comes at night, he takes the fish and leaves. And that's exactly what happens. She keeps watching from hiding, and then the master comes and takes the fish away. For the first time, Jane can clearly see the master, who is very dangerous. And now as the master is leaving, the sound of a helicopter comes. And Jane, even if she wants to, cannot come out because if she does, The master will kill her, so she has to stay quiet. The next morning, Jane arranges a bed on top of a tree to sleep at night because she has seen the monster's height. She sets up a bed for herself above. Today marks a full 7 days and 7 nights here. It's her 8th night, and when she's sleeping at night, the master comes out of the sea once again and attacks Jane. She falls from above and runs towards the sea, but the monster chases. It comes in front of her. Jane had made a wooden spear. She attacks the monster with the sharpened wood, injuring it. The monster throws Jane away and goes into the water. Jane also runs into the jungle and climbs up a tree. She spends the whole night up there, and the next morning she comes to the seashore. There she sees a raft in the sea, which makes her very happy. Actually, her boyfriend and a friend who were on the same boat that sank in the sea are on it. These two have been stuck on this raft for the past 78 days, and now they come to the shore after seeing Jane. Jane is very happy to meet her boyfriend and catches fish for her boyfriend and friend. Jane tells them everything about how dangerous this island is. Every night, the monster comes to the island from the sea and drags any living thing it sees into the sea. Her boyfriend and friend do not believe her. Jane tells them that one of their companions has already been killed and they need to go back into the water before nightfall. False. If we don't get out of here before nightfall, the monster will kill everyone. Arup, who is her friend, says that we've been stuck in the water for the past 8 days and now I don't want to go back into that water again. Jane tries to explain to her boyfriend, but he also doesn't listen to her. But Jane has decided that whenever she gets the chance, she will take their raft and leave from here, and she does get one chance. She sits in the raft of the phone and her boyfriend and her friend see her. Before she can get away from there, both of them catch her. Jane is completely out of control, so her friend attacks her, causing her to lose consciousness. And when she comes to, she sees that her hands and feet are tied. She says, "Untie my hands and feet. It's been 2 nights. The monster can come here at any time." Her boyfriend says, "I've looked all over the jungle. There's no sign of anyone here, nor is there any monster or animal." She says that the monster doesn't come from the jungle but from the water. Jane's words make her friend worried, and they walk to the edge of the sea. Jen's boyfriend is right there with her and says that she betrayed them, and just then she hears her friend scream. She grabs a burning stick and heads to the beach, where she actually sees the monster in front of her, which picks her up and throws her far away. Meanwhile, Jen frees herself and runs to the beach to save her friend. But now it's too late. The monster has killed her friend. After this, the monster attacks her boyfriend too, and Jen takes her boyfriend into the jungle where they spend the entire night up in a tree. Jen's boyfriend is now terribly scared. He realizes that everything Jen said was true, and now he also wants to get off this island. So they gather a lot of fish for food, and then they store all the food and water inside the raft and leave before nightfall. But for the first time, the monster attacks their raft from beneath the sea and starts dragging Jen into a huge underwater hall, in which everything makes sense. Jane has a small knife here that she took from her boyfriend's belongings. She attacks the monster with the knife, injuring it. And now Jane's boyfriend also comes down with a wooden spear. He attacks it with the spear. The monster grabs him and takes him inside the hole, and that's how Jane loses her boyfriend. But somehow Jane manages to escape and return to the island. She is completely shattered by her boyfriend's death. She has lost all her friends, her boyfriend, everyone. She has a diary in which she writes everything about the monster, so that if anyone ever comes here, they will know what happens here at night. After this, Jane makes a large circle with lots of dry wood and leaves. She makes a weapon for herself again with a piece of wood, so that at night, when the monster comes, she can face it. And now night falls. The monster emerges from the sea once again. It is very angry because Jane has injured it several times, and now the monster enters the circle she made with wood and dry leaves. Here, she sets it on fire and gets trapped inside the monster, after which she attacks the master several times with a knife and a wooden stake. The master also attacks her. Both of them get completely injured, and just when the master is about to kill her, she uses her wooden stake to attack his heart, which kills the master, and somehow the master dies. She keeps the master's head with her to convince everyone that there was such a master here whom she hunted, and now she takes the master's head and heads towards it, meaning she is going to escape from this island through the raft. Meanwhile, we are shown the island, which is completely burning. It's possible that seeing the island's eye, someone might come here and save Jane, who is